Alright, here we are for another track guide. We're at Nashville this time, after having a week off. Not one of my most favorite tracks, but not one of my most hated, so middle ground for me. Anyways, keys to the race card. Let's just jump into it. Tires as usual. And you can see there's this rear exit. Front entry, that's more or less still the same. Number 2 says shifting required, which doesn't really mean you have to shift, but it seems faster in my case. Especially once you start getting some tire wear, to slow your lap times down. It seems to benefit by going to 4th gear. And you can see number 3 there. It's bumpy. I mean, really bumpy. If you didn't see the intro, I about died because, I bottomed out and, it about killed me. And it really upsets the car because, what do you call that? A stupid diffuser that doesn't belong on these things. In my opinion. Anyways. We'll go ahead and get to pit road, and then we'll talk about the lap. Alright, making our way to pit road. You can see we went to 5th gear there. We're going to throw it into the corner, downshift to forward. Just take it as usual, except we're really never going to get back up to speed. We're just going to keep downshifting to 2nd gear, 45 miles per hour at the yellow cone, which you'll see here. We're going to go ahead and speed this up because it takes 3 years. And for the size of track, not quite 1.5 miles. The pit road's pretty damn long. There's your pit exit speed cone, and accelerate out. Just follow this line you see. And you'll see by the exit of this, I barely made the commitment cone or the exit cone. I mean, that's borderline, so yeah. Onto the lap. Alright, so as usual, fix setup, fix weather, track temp of 82. I didn't really make too many changes. I think all I changed was the brake bias and the master cylinders. I just moved them to 7/8, and that gave me a lap time of 29.702. Not the greatest, but it's something. So as usual, it's the 2nd lap, and go ahead and check it out. And there we have it for 29.702. So let me back that up. Alright, so we're just going to make our way into 1. Shift to 5th gear, because the 4th gear's just too short now. I'm going to slow them over here a little bit. I'm going to start to turn in, and that's when I'm going to start getting out of the throttle. Once you see this Ally, logo on the right. Use a decent amount of brake just to slow it up, downshift to 4th, to further help with, slowing it up. All the way to the yellow line. You can see I'm letting it roll pretty much at this point. And you can see the front end pushed a tiny bit there, but that's when we start to get back on the throttle. And you can pretty much stand in it once you get to this point. Car's not too crazy through here. Kind of tight a little bit. But, power out. So similar approach to 3. I think the banking's the same on both ends of the track. Let me slow-mo it at this blue logo, and you see the wall there. That's kind of like 3 car lengths after that, or 2 car lengths if you will. I'm going to start getting on the brakes, and again downshifting. Now this is a corner I missed. You probably get to the 6s if you didn't, wash up a lane and a half. So I'm using a little bit of brake. Now here's the thing, if you use too much, you got to bottom out the nose. And you'll lose front turn, which I kind of did anyway, but that was because I turned in too late. But once you get it past the Ally logo on the right, you could barely see it. Throttle up, power out. And this is where we kind of got to fight the car because of the bumps on the rear of the track, or the rear of the car, I should say. Use all the track, including the apron, and well, there you go. Alright, so it's not really a mile and a half, but it's close to a mile and a half. So there's really not much to it, though there is a lot more work here than there is at 1.5 miles just because the flat banking, you actually got to use brakes for once. Hey, NASCAR, give us 900 horsepower. Anyways, Sim Racing Chewy side.